Here, we celebrate Africa not as a headline, but as a home full of ideas, courage, flavor, and future. This is where we talk about everything Africa. The politics that shape our nations, the innovations that shift our economies, the culture that colors our lives, the challenges we face with honesty, and the victories we are building one story at a time. On this show, no topic is swept aside. We are unfiltered and we are intentional. We bring you experts from across the continent and the world. Voices that know, voices that live the African experience, voices that are shaping the next chapter of our story. Let your spirit rise. We don't just tell Africa's story, we own it. Join Joy Asonye on Razep Africa, Monday to Friday at 11 a.m. to 12 noon on Global Television.
Hello there, many thanks for joining us on Razep Africa this beautiful day. As usual, we're here discussing Africa, innovations that can come from Africa. How can we actually position ourselves to be the Africa that we know we can be with innovation in technology, in agriculture, economics, and show the world that we have the talent, we have art, we have science. Well, that's what we'll be discussing on today's edition of Razep Africa. It's going to be very interesting. But at this point, we go for a quick break. When we return from that quick break, it will be time to unveil my guest who is seated. She's a professor of sociology from the University of Abuja. She's going to be telling us all about TAS Nigeria and how Africa can position itself better to look into young people, look into technology, look into art, science, and all that. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Welcome to Razep Africa, the heartbeat of the continent in one show. Here, we celebrate Africa not as a headline, but as a home full of ideas, courage, flavor, and future. This is where we talk about everything Africa. The politics that shape our nations, the innovations that shift our economies, the culture that colors our lives, the challenges we face with honesty, and the victories we are building one story at a time. On this show, no topic is swept aside. We are unfiltered and we are intentional. We bring you experts from across the continent and the world. Voices that know, voices that live the African experience, voices that are shaping the next chapter of our story. Let your spirit rise. We don't just tell Africa's story, we own it. Join Joy Asonye on Razep Africa, Monday to Friday at 11 a.m. to 12 noon on Global Television. Welcome to Razep Africa, the heartbeat of the continent in one show. Here, we celebrate Africa not as a headline, but as a home full of ideas, courage, flavor, and future. This is where we talk about everything Africa. The politics that shape our nations, the innovations that shift our economy.
Welcome back from that. Now, Africa's future would not be built by technology alone, nor by science, policy, or arts in isolation. It will be shaped by disciplines come together to solve some of the country's most pressing challenges, from healthcare and education to climate change, food security, artificial intelligence, and sustainable development. That is the vision behind the Technology, Arts, Science, Society Nigeria 2026. an international conference bringing together researchers, innovators, policymakers, and industry leaders to explore practical, multidisciplinary solutions for Africa and, of course, the world. But beyond the conference hills and academic papers lies a more important question. How can research move beyond theory to create real impact for ordinary Africans? Now, to help us answer this question is Professor Patricia Taiwo, Professor of Sociology at the University of Abuja and the chairperson of the Local Organizing Committee for TAS Nigeria 2026. Thank you so much for being part of the program. Don't do that to us. Don't stay away for so long. Good to see you again.
You know, you're also very busy. It's understandable.
And you too. You too. Thank you so much for being on the show this morning. For those listening to us now and saying, TAS Nigeria 2026, what's that about? Can you give us, first of all, an overview of what it is, and then we get into the conversation?
Okay, TAS Nigeria 2026. TAS, TASS, stands for Technology, Arts, Science, and Society. It is actually a multidisciplinary international conference. You agree with me that this is a period where you do no longer rely on individual and specific departmental or faculty-specific research to be able to solve the problems that beset Nigeria, Africa, and the world at large. So TAS is a combination of all walks of life and all disciplines, as well as all forms of researchers coming together, both at the theoretical and practical aspect, to see how they can resolve the problem that affects the world.
The world, right. And I'm sure we will have the peculiarity of Africa, the problems that really bedevils us right here in Africa, of course.
Yeah.
So, what inspired the decision to host this international event in Nigeria?
Okay, there is actually the Center for Multidisciplinary Research Innovation that decided to collaborate with University of Abuja, using University of Abuja, which is the heart of Nigeria, the giant of Africa. As it is today, as their location for bringing on board individuals both internationally and nationally to meet in this conference. It's a conference where the researcher meets with the practice. The mentee, who is looking for a way to express him or herself, meets with a mentor. The innovator, who has an idea and something to do and how to showcase himself or whatever ability and innovation he has, meet with a funding agent or somebody who is interested in helping to showcase all that innovation. It is also an avenue where policymakers, governments from both the traditional and state and federal level meet in the same room to deliberate on how the problems that have beset this country are tackled.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's very, very important right now. But why do you think recently there is a push for multidisciplinary talk? Everybody seems to be talking about why it's important to have, you know, that in our world, in today's world. Why is this? It seems like a new a revolution, sort of. Everybody's talking about, well, the need for multidisciplinary measures.
Yeah, it's actually so, because you would agree with me that the problem that beset the world generally is a people-specific problem, whether it has to do with materials or animals or technology or machines and whatever it is. People are always in the center of it. And you know, people are very complex. Human beings are naturally complex. So a multidisciplinary approach, where you have people coming from the perspective of technology, coming from the arts perspective, coming from the scientific perspective, and then the policy individuals, the government and all that, come as people to look at how to solve this people-specific problem. So the way to go now is actually multidisciplinary, using different approaches from multiple opinions to solve this complex problem that is people-specific.
I mean, Africa has brilliant researchers, but it doesn't seem like the innovation ever gets to the society. It seems like it just stops in research work. Brilliant ones. When you go through them, you are amazed at what we have done over the years. However, that's where it ends.
Yeah, that is actually the reason for this conference. We know that a lot of researchers, some of them end up in the shelf, some go, they come out in conferences where they develop communique, but these conferences are specific to either a department or a faculty. So this multidisciplinary conference that brings together all of these fields that have been operating specifically before is to solve that issue that you have just mentioned. Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah,
well, like my followers already know, today is Friday. Today is Monday, rather. I'm still basking in the weekend.
Yeah.
Now, today is Monday, and as we always do here, we break our show for 15 minutes to have the agriculture for today and tomorrow program, the segment, and after which we return to discuss more. We're still talking about TAS Nigeria 2026, what to expect, the technology and society aspect of TAS, how you too can participate, where you should send your papers. So much to discuss. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Razep Africa, the heartbeat of the continent in one show. Here, we celebrate Africa not as a headline, but as a home full of ideas, courage, flavor, and future. This is where we talk about everything Africa. The politics that shape our nations, the innovations that shift our economies, the culture that colors our lives, the challenges we face with honesty, and the victories we are building one story at a time. On this show, no topic is swept aside. We are unfiltered and we are intentional. We bring you experts from across the continent and the world. Voices that know, voices that live the African experience, voices that are shaping the next chapter of our story. Let your spirit rise. We don't just tell Africa's story, we own it. Join Joy Asonye on Razep Africa, Monday to Friday at 11 a.m. to 12 noon.
In the heart of our field lies the future of agriculture, sustainable, innovative, and powered by smart solutions from the rich soil of Africa to high-tech farms around the globe. Agriculture is evolving to meet the demands of tomorrow. At the intersection of tradition and technology, we discover smarter ways to grow more, waste less, and harvest greener. Together, we are cultivating a future where every harvest sustains the earth and its people. Join us 11:15 a.m. Mondays and Fridays on Global TV, Channel 365 DSTV, StarTime Channel 276, or YouTube Livestream GSA Initiative. Agriculture for today and tomorrow, as we share groundbreaking ideas, empowering farmers, and celebrate greenhouse solutions. Together, let's grow the future. In the heart of our field lies the future of agriculture, sustainable, innovative, and powered by smart solutions from the rich soil of Africa to high-tech farms around the globe. Agriculture is evolving to meet the demands of tomorrow. At the intersection of tradition and technology, we discover smarter ways to grow more, waste less, and harvest greener. Together, we are cultivating a future where every harvest sustains the earth and its people. Join us 11:15 a.m. Mondays and Fridays on Global TV, Channel 365 DSTV, StarTime Channel 276, or YouTube Livestream GSA Initiative. Agriculture for today and tomorrow, as we share groundbreaking ideas empowering farmers and celebrate greenhouse solutions. Together, let's grow the future.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Agriculture for Today and Tomorrow TV show, where we simplify agriculture, promote profitable farming, and connect you with opportunities across the agricultural sector. You know, this TV show is a media for agriculture development project of GSAI, that's Growth for Sustainable Agriculture Initiative, and we are an NGO committed to supporting smallholder farmers in Nigeria to adopt environmentally friendly and climate smart agricultural practices so as to improve their yield and, of course, increase the economic value of farmers in Nigeria. I am your host, Daniel Black, and it's always a pleasure to have you join us. Whether you're a farmer, agribusiness owner, investor, student, policymaker, or simply someone interested in the future of food, today's discussion is one you don't want to miss. Our topic today is understanding the agricultural value chain in Nigeria. Many people think agriculture begins and ends in the farm, but the truth is that farming is only one part of the much bigger ecosystem that creates jobs, wealth, food security, and economic growth. So today we'll explore what the agricultural value chain is, why it matters, and how every Nigerian can find opportunities without it. So let's get started. What is actually the agricultural value chain? So the agricultural value chain refers to every activity involved for producing food and agricultural products, from the supply of farm inputs to the final consumer. So every activity that is going to be carried out from supply of farm inputs till the final consumer actually consumes the food that is produced. So think of it as a chain made up of many connected links. Every link adds value to other products before it reaches your dining table. For example, before you eat a loaf of bread, someone produced improved wheat seeds, someone manufactured fertilizer, a farmer cultivated wheat, another business transported the harvests, a processing company milled the wheat into flour, a bakery produced the bread, distributors supplied the supermarkets, retailers sold it to consumers. Now, every one of these participating part is a part of the agricultural value chain. Now, when one link is weak, the entire chain suffers. So let us now go deeply and see the major stages of the agricultural value chain. And then we're going to break it down into simple stages. And the very first one, now this is a simplified breakdown of the agri value chain. It may be more complex, they may be intertwining or interlinking point, but let us just get a very simplistic and overview. First and foremost is input supply. Now, this is where agriculture actually begins. Inputs include seeds, fertilizers, agrochemicals, farm equipment, irrigation systems, financial services, agricultural insurance. All these are inputs. Now, without quality inputs, farmers cannot achieve high productivity. The second one, after input supply, after we've identified all these quality inputs needed for production, the next step is production in the value chain, production. Now, this is actually the production stage. This is the farming stage. And this production could be either livestock or crop production. So the activities include land preparation, planting, livestock rearing, fish farming, farm management, harvesting. All these are activities that happen in the production value chain of agriculture. Now, this is the stage most Nigerians recognize. But it represents only one part of agriculture. The third stage is aggregation. Aggregation after harvest. Now, producers need to get collected. Producers collect all the produces from the farm, is collected from the farmers. Aggregators purchase produce in bulk and prepare it for large buyers. So when you see, when you go to, in Abuja here, when you go to, for example, Wuse Market and you see a large truck of yam coming in, most likely it's not coming from the farmer himself. It's coming from the aggregator, the person that has gone to the farm, bought from farmer A to farmer Z, put all of them in one truck and has brought them together. Now, they reduce transportation costs and connect smallholders to bigger markets. While the farmers are busy in the farm, aggregators are the ones that make sure that this produce gets to the markets. And of course, in the market, it now distributes to the different layers of traders. After aggregators have come into the play, the next stage of value chain is processing. Now, processing transforms a raw agricultural produce into products that consumers prefer. Now, example includes, of course, the garri you eat was once cassava. It was processed from garri into cassava. Tomato paste that you use for your stew was once a tomato fruit. Yogurt that you currently drink was once milk. Cocoa, of course, the chocolate was once cocoa. And then palm oil that we all use for our soups and different food items was once a palm fruit. All of these items were processed from the initial stage, initial form they were, into the final product that we are now using. So processing increases shelf life and significantly increases the product value. You know that the price of palm oil, or in fact, the number of people that are able to use palm oil are different from the number of people that use the palm fruit. The number of people that consume chocolate as a sweet, as a confectionery, are way more than the number of people that consume cocoa. So yogurt is being consumed in large quantities than milk as a raw material. So you find out that this stage is another value chain. Now the next stage, the feed sector, the feed department, if you may, in the agricultural value chain is the storage and logistics. Now, many agricultural products spoil quickly. Proper storage facilities such as warehouses and cold rooms help reduce post-harvest losses. Transportation also ensures products reaches markets on time and in good condition. So you need to understand, like if we've heard in big markets in Lagos, in Abuja, in all the big cities that you go to their farms, you go to their markets, and you see tomatoes, you see fresh produce being wasted. Storage and is one key. Storage and logistics is one key part of the value chain that so many people get to miss. And in the process of that, we have what we call post-harvest losses. Farmers lose a lot. Once you take them to the market, you are unable to transport them back because, of course, the transportation, and there will be loss because the perishable goods get to perish. We will take a short break now. When we come back, we will be discussing where Nigerians can make money across this agricultural value chain. See you after the break.
In the heart of our field lies the future of agriculture, sustainable, innovative, and powered by smart solutions from the rich soil of Africa to high-tech farms around the globe. Agriculture is evolving to meet the demands of tomorrow. At the intersection of tradition and technology, we discover smarter ways to grow more, waste less, and harvest greener. Together, we are cultivating a future where every harvest sustains the earth and its people. Join us 11:15 a.m. Mondays and Fridays on Global TV, Channel 365 DSTV, Start Time Channel 276, or YouTube Livestream GSA Initiative. Agriculture for today and tomorrow, as we share groundbreaking ideas.
Welcome back from that short break. We have been discussing agricultural value chains, understanding the agricultural value chains, and this remains agriculture for today and tomorrow. So agriculture is so much bigger than farming. We've established that we have like five simplistic value chains of agriculture. And so many people only understand the production concept of agriculture, where we rear animals and we can produce crops. But there are other profitable sectors of agriculture that people can venture into, people can invest into, and enjoy very, very good profitable returns. So these are profitable opportunities for people who have never owned farmlands. So just a few examples: you can become a seed producer, you can become a fertilizer distributor, you can become a farm equipment dealer, you can become an agricultural consultant, you can become a farm extension service provider, a produce aggregator, a logistics operator, or a food processor, a packaging company, a quality assurance specialist, a commodity exporter, and of course a digital agricultural service provider. There are other opportunities you can still get, like agricultural finance expert and agricultural marketer, and a whole lot of other opportunities that you can get to use. So this means agriculture creates employment for engineers, accountants, ICT professionals, marketers, transporters, lawyers even, researchers, and many other professions. So agriculture is truly everybody's business. And you know why value addition matters? One of Nigeria's biggest challenge is exporting raw commodities while importing in finished products. So, for example, cocoa. Nigeria produces cocoa beans. However, many countries process these beans into chocolate and other products before selling them at much higher prices. Now, this same applies to cashew, sesame, ginger, soybeans, groundnuts. By processing locally, Nigeria can create more jobs, increase export earnings, strengthen local industries, reduce food waste, improve farmers' incomes, and build a stronger economy. So instead of exporting our opportunities, we should export finished products. And then, of course, let us understand a little bit of challenges that we have in these value chains. So despite enormous potential, several challenges remain, which include poor rural road networks, high transportation costs, inadequate storage facilities, limited access to affordable finance, poor access to quality inputs, weak markets, information systems, limited processing infrastructure, and a whole lot of other challenges that is being faced in the agricultural value chain. And I want to hope that you, our viewers, would have picked an idea from here, would have picked something from here as a sector, because so many people, I hear people saying, I want to go into agriculture, and the only thing they think of is going to farming. So addressing these challenges requires collaboration among government, private investors, development partners, financial institutions, researchers, and farmers themselves. So to strengthen Nigeria's agricultural value chain, we should invest in rural agriculture, expand irrigation systems, support local processing industries, provide affordable financing for agribusinesses, improve agricultural extension services, encourage youth participation through innovation and technology, strengthen farmers' cooperative, promote quality standards for exports, support agricultural research, climate-smart farming. Now, where every link in this value chain is strengthened, farmers earn more, businesses grow, consumers enjoy better food, and the nation prospers. So agriculture is simply not producing just food. It is about getting value. Every successful agricultural economy builds strong connections between production, processing, transportation, marketing, and consumption. So whether you are a young graduate looking for opportunities, an engineer searching for profitable investments, or a policymaker seeking sustainable development, understanding agricultural value chain opens your eyes to countless possibilities. Remember, prosperity in agribusiness is not only from growing crops and rearing animals, but from adding value in every step of the journey. Thank you for spending your time with us on today's episode of Agriculture for Today and Tomorrow. I hope today's discussion has helped you better understand how agricultural value chain works and where opportunities lie within the agricultural sector. You can drop your comments, make inquiries, or follow us on all social media with our handle at GSA Initiative. That's on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, or you can contact us via our website www.gsa-initiative.org. You can send us an email at official@gsa-initiative.org, and you can still call us on +234 704 795 9795. If you found this episode helpful, please, of course, do well to share it, do well to call your friends, and do well to keep a date with us every Mondays and Fridays by 11:15 a.m. on Global TV, on DSTV, and StarTimes. Together, we build a stronger, more sustainable, and more profitable agricultural sector for Nigeria and Africa. I remain Daniel Black, and see you in the next episode.
In the heart of our field lies the future of agriculture, sustainable, innovative, and powered by smart solutions from the rich soil of Africa to high-tech farms around the globe. Agriculture is evolving to meet the demands of tomorrow. At the intersection of tradition and technology, we discover smarter ways to grow more, waste less, and harvest greener. Together, we are cultivating a future where every harvest sustains the earth and its people. Join us 11:15 a.m. Mondays and Fridays on Global TV, Channel 365 DSTV, StarTime Channel 276, or YouTube livestream GSA Initiative. Agriculture for today and tomorrow, as we share groundbreaking.
Welcome to Razep Africa, the heartbeat of the continent in one show. Here, we celebrate Africa not as a headline, but as a home full of ideas, courage, flavor, and future. This is where we talk about everything Africa. The politics that shape our nations, the innovations that shift our economies, the culture that colors our lives, the challenges we face with honesty, and the victories we are building one story at a time. On this show, no topic is swept aside. We are unfiltered and we are intentional. We bring you experts from across the continent and the world. Voices that know, voices that live the African experience, voices that are shaping the next chapter of our story. Let your spirit rise. We don't just tell Africa's story, we own it. Join Joy Asonye on Razep Africa, Monday to Friday at 11 a.m. to 12 noon.
Thank you so much, Daniel Black, for giving us those beautiful updates and information around the agricultural sector. And of course, reawakening in us that need to be part of this beautiful sector that literally keeps us alive with food. Like I told you, I still have Professor Patricia Taiwo in the studio, Professor of Sociology at the University of Abuja and Chairperson of the Local Organizing Committee of TAS Nigeria. By now, those who have been following the show know what TAS Nigeria is, but thank you so much for staying with us. We had gotten the conversation to discuss the important reason why we are seeing more research is done, and yet it ends in research work in some shelves somewhere, and not implementing some or trying to work on some innovation. And we had also talked about the multidisciplinary research and why it's becoming popular, and it seems like there's an awakening. Everyone is saying, you know what, let's look into multidisciplinary research. So how can the conference like TAS bridge the divide between research, government, and industry?
Okay, what the conference does, and that is the reason why I'm telling you, that is the essence and beauty of this conference. What we have done, we have reached out to government themselves. We've reached out to the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, who is coming. We've reached out to a lot of governors who we believe are obliging us. And then there are industries that we have also reached out to that are coming, those in technology and those who have some art exhibitions. So, you know, the conference is divided into three. We have the research aspect where papers will be presented. We have the hackathon session where students will come together with hands-on to give us innovations and real problem-solving solutions. And then we have the innovation and exhibition aspect, where works that have already been done will be exhibited in that show. So where the government comes in, international partners come in, industrialists come in, it is easy for them to understand how talented Africans are when it comes to this, and those who are interested in some particular areas can also link up through this network and continue from where we stop after the conference.
Where would you say, I mean, artificial intelligence seems to be changing the world, it's transforming absolutely everything. Mm-hmm. Would you say Africa is lagging behind or keeping pace?
Well,
I mean, knowing what you know in the innovation and all of that.
Yeah, in terms of when I say Africa, Nigeria is the giant of Africa. So I want to speak from my country as a country. I want to say they are. I wouldn't say they are keeping the space. We are making a move, but we are not yet where we are or where we ought to be, where we should be. Because when you look at AI and all the technology stuff, we require consistent electricity supply, we require good network, and where we are yet to get to where the developed countries are in terms of the supply of these basic amenities, and I cannot see that we are where we ought to be. But in terms of the brains, you know, AI, it is called artificial intelligence, but it is still powered and utilized by humans.
Absolutely.
Okay, and it is only when you want to be lazy as an individual, you allow AI to be the one to control you. But AI has come to stay, and because we have smart minds in Nigeria, you know, I think that we have what it takes to utilize AI for the purpose for which it has come to stay.
Absolutely. I'm talking about smart minds. Yeah. When you look at your colleagues in the academics across the world, you see massive investment in research. Mm-hmm. Are we there yet where you see people invest in research in Africa? Do we have such interested investors?
Well, I can't say we are there yet, but I'm hopeful that we would get there.
What do you think is mitigating it?
Well, it's for me, one of the things I think is mitigating it is lack of the understanding of the essence of research in development, the role of research in development. That understanding is not there. There is little ignorance and lack of knowledge about the essence of research in development. Okay, take a look at China, for instance. You know, right from cradle, they take up their kids. And look at where China is today. And the bedrock of how China has developed is because they have come to understand the essence and role of research and development, and they have invested as they should in it. That is why China is where it is today. If Nigeria can just take a cue to do as China has done, I tell you the kind of development we would record in this country will be more than 10 times what China has done in 10 years. Because we have the smartest of minds. We have all what it takes. We have the mineral resources, we have the climatic condition, we have the brains that need to do this. But the political will is not just there. The understanding of what research we do in developing our country is yet to really be where it ought to be.
Very unfortunate right there. Now going back to TAS Nigeria event that's coming up, what opportunities does TAS Nigeria 2026 have for young people and early researchers?
Wow, as you can see, I'm young.
Of course, I mean, we're having this conversation.
And I am excited about being young and want to talk to those youth out there.
And of course, early career researchers.
Early career researchers. I understand the frustration when it comes to you knowing what potentials you carry, and you are worried about the hope, okay, this has for you in future. But TAS has come to encourage the youth to understand that we know your pain, we feel your pain, and we have tried to create this network and create this room where we try to ensure that those who will mentor you as an early career researcher and as that student who has that innovative ability, there are people who will come to this room to mentor you. Absolutely. If you will be open for mentorship. Right. So it is like a hope. Okay, it's like a hope to encourage you not to give up on Nigeria, not to give up on Africa, not to give up on your dream, not to give up on your ability and the potential that you have. Come to TAS Nigeria 2026 and you'll be glad that you have met with this people. That's my message to you.
For a professor of sociology, you should be in media. You're advertising it really good. but what skills should young Africans? I'm listening to you now, and I'm thinking of how the world has changed. I mean, we make jokes. We see these jokes on social media, but it's true. Where it seems like we have not figured out disciplines that has contemporary needs. So I guess my question is, what skills should African youth develop to remain competitive with their counterparts across the world, so that we don't... I saw one pastor talking about why some people study certain... You're studying political science, is your father a politician? You know, it may be funny, but are we there yet? Are we looking into the jobs of the future and the discipline and study that and skills that young Africans must develop if we must be at par with their contemporaries?
Well, if there is anything I want to say as regards that, it's the fact that developing skills that will actually solve the problems around you is what you need. For instance, when you discover that some things are just there and they are slowing down things, it's already a problem that you need to think about solving. Developing skill in what you are passionate about is also another area that I advise youth to also pursue. Now, we might be talking about the world out there and want to catch up with them. Our countries and the world out there, they are not always the same.
They have peculiar challenges.
We have peculiar challenges and problems. So even while we are saying we want to be like those out there, we must also look inwards to solve our own problems and then develop skills that will solve such problems. Another issue, which might not have to do with skills, that I think that the youth need to really deal with is diligence is still very important. Patience is still very important.
I agree.
Teachability is still very important. You know, sometimes one of the things I noticed that some of our youth have problems, maybe out of the prolonged frustration of hope, you know, and then faced with hopelessness, they just want to just get it quickly and get it done. But you agree with me that most of the time, some of these innovations and the results we get that have really resulted in the actual development we need did not happen overnight. It still took time and went through the test of time. So they need to be patient to still actualize that dream, and they need to still beef it up with diligence and teachability, because you might just have somebody out there who just need to see that you have that in you to take you to the height that you need to be.
Absolutely. That's actually so important, and unfortunately, it's almost as if we're losing it in the soft skills necessary, the morals and the discipline that and principles that
Nigeria is known for.
Is eroding us, unfortunately. But I'm happy that you brought that up. It's not all about the academics, but there are certain attitude you should have as well. But you're talking about policymakers and government officials, public office holders that would be part of TAS Nigeria 2026. And my question would be, if they are leaving that event, what's the one thing you want them to leave with moving forward to change the trajectory and to have a step into solving the challenges that we face?
Yeah, the hope I want the policymakers, the government, and the rest to live with, particularly as it relates to Nigeria and Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria, is the fact that Nigeria is our country and still remains the giant of Africa. But we when it comes to what we need to do globally to show that we are indeed the giant of Africa, we are yet to still be there. And the truth of the matter is that when it comes to these issues, the leadership, the government, and all that can never be exempted from the blames. So as they are leaving the conference, or as they are coming to the conference, they must live with the hope, okay, not only hope, they must live with the burden and passion that has brought this conference together, and then see to it that the beautiful result that they meet is actually harnessed into the needed development that we hope this conference comes up with. It's not just paper propaganda, not just researches against the land of initiative. Of course, we are going to be publishing, we are going to be having press briefing, we are going to be having communique, we are going to be having journals from the conference, but then that political will, where they really need to showcase that they are indeed doing what they need to do as government, it's still very interesting. It's still very important for them to also back up with immediate action.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now let's get to people who are listening to us and saying, ooh, that sounds interesting. I want to be part of this. Mm-hmm. Where do I submit my papers? How do I be part of the hackathon? How do I be part of the exhibition as well? The many components of this event. Mm-hmm. How can that happen?
Okay, the conference flyers we have posted in many of the media places, but for those who are particularly interested, I'm just quickly going to call the website for which you can submit your abstract right away that we are waiting to respond to immediately. We have the tasssemri.org, okay? https://tasssemri.org/register and all that. Or in simple terms, just have http://tasssemri.org. That is the website.
Okay.
https://tass, tass as in TASS,
right.
Semri as in CEMRI.org. That's the website you submit your abstract. There you will see where to click on register, submit abstract, and for those who want to sponsor, there's also a space there for sponsorship. Then we have the hackathon. Now the hackathon, I said, is also part of the project, the conference, where students who have the ability to develop solutions, technology-wise, can come for the competition. 48 hours they'll be given to just develop that solution. So you can submit your application to be part and parcel of this. It's going to come with a prize, https://hackjunction, that is hackjunction.app. That is the page to go on and get yourself to get applied. And we are always online. My teams are online to respond to
I also just noticed that you just go to www.semri.org. All the information is right there for whoever is interested. That's interesting. In fact, if you even just Google TAS Nigeria 2026, as you just Google, you would see all the information. So my final question will be, why should young Africans believe the research and innovation can change their future?
Well, young Africans and youth should believe that because youth are experimental, they are adventurous, and they remain the future leaders of tomorrow. And this particular conference is one of the numerous that I believe would come, because I believe that this is like the beginning and a pace setters for others to come on board and do the needful. So the youth should just continue. They should tag into this and meet with, sometimes you never can tell, you meet with that destiny helper, you meet with that mentor that will take you to the height. Some of us are professors today who became what we were.
And young at that.
And young at that, because we submitted ourselves to proper mentoring. And I believe that here we have we have international delegates coming. We're expecting over 1,000 participants, and we're expecting industrialists from different walks of life. So it's an avenue for you to also socialize and meet with people. Be humble enough to meet with that person. You never can tell.
And learn.
You will get there and learn. Be teachable and learn. And so that's what TAS is not just about you coming to present a paper. It's about you coming to meet with a network of people that can take you to where you believe you should be.
We need this Silicon Valley. I mean, this is happening in Abuja right now.
At University of Abuja.
University of Abuja. You sound so proud of that.
University of Abuja main campus. That is where it is happening.
University of Abuja main campus, please. And this is going on.
And it's on the 9th. It's on the 9th to 12th of November.
9th to 12th of November 2026. That's beautiful. It just reminds me of the Silicon Valley in California and how young people come together and exhibit different innovation in technology and all that. So it's exciting to know. But what's the future for TAS? Are we seeing TAS Uganda, TAS Rwanda?
Yeah,
TAS
wow, Joy, you sound like a prophetess. Actually, TAS has come to stay. It's something that will be moving from country to country. So, and I'm actually excited that it is starting with my country, Nigeria, and it's starting with University of Abuja. Of course, as soon as we finish this conference, we are planning the next one for the next
time. So it's an annual event.
It's an annual event. It's an annual event that will move from country to country, state to state in Nigeria, depending on how ready we are. Yeah.
Wow. What reception do you perceive you would get? I mean, it's often easy. When you leave Nigeria, you realize you may think we are backwards.
No, you are very correct. I've been
so what I don't like to say this, but it is what it is. Yeah. So what reception do you hope to see? Is it tailored towards the country that you go to? Something that is a bit that addresses the peculiarities of that country? Or it just has a standard you must follow through or get.
No, you're right. It will look inward and take care of the needs of each of those countries. But like I said, it's a multidisciplinary approach. That is always what it's going to be, bringing people from different disciplines to come and solve a problem peculiar to the particular country itself. And when we talk about multidisciplinary and then we're talking about dealing with people, problems will always evolve.
Absolutely.
It's a part of man's life. So I've been to several conferences. I have realized abroad that, we are not as backward as we think in Nigeria.
Exactly.
We are really, the only thing I just believe in that Nigeria has everything it takes to get better.
Absolutely.
That's just one conviction I have.
So before I let you go, so sum it up again, the time, the venue, and how young people can apply.
Okay, TAS Nigeria, like we said, it's a conference, a multidisciplinary and international conference that is bringing in persons, researchers, innovators, NGOs, and different people from all walks of life, from technology, from arts, from sciences, and any other discipline that deals with society. And it is happening live in University of Abuja main campus on the 9th to 12th of November 2026. So we are just barely 2-3 months away. And then we are looking forward to seeing those beautiful faces, active minds, and young as well as talented, as well as the elderly. We are expecting, I don't really see people who are active researchers and innovators see themselves as elderly. So we are expecting you powerfully in TAS Nigeria 2026 at University of Abuja on the 9th of November to 12th of November 2026. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being part of the program. It's always exciting to have this conversation. I love your passion, your passion about education and the academics. Yeah. That has been Professor Patricia Taiwo. She is a
Patricia Awa Taiwo. You don't like putting that Awa in my name. I like the Patricia Awa. PAT, complete.
Yes. Patricia Awa Taiwo, thank you so much again for being part of the program. I'm hoping that, we would, Razep Africa will be there to, of course, collaborate with you and give you the media that is necessary. Yeah. But that has been Professor Patricia Awa Taiwo.
Yeah, thank you for that correction.
Now she's the Professor of Sociology, University of Abuja, and Chairperson of the local organizing committee for TAS Nigeria 2026. Until next time, we are ending today's edition here. We'll be back, rest assured, to do more and to give you more information about what's going on across Africa. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the day.
Welcome to Razep Africa, the heartbeat of the continent in one show. Here, we celebrate Africa not as a headline, but as a home full of ideas, courage, flavor, and future. This is where we talk about everything Africa. The